We here, man.
Blacktop in the flesh.
Yes, sir.
We in the backyard. Heart of LaRussell.
Come on.
Tap in. LaRussell, what's popping?
Come on, you know what's up. We in the pergola.
Yes, sir.
Made it.
We in the
Made it.
Yeah.
7-hour drive. We made it, baby.
7-hour drive. It's not the same. Hey,
drive.
man.
It's
if you don't want it that bad, if you don't want it that bad, then
Oh,
quit
God.
now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
In
sir.
the flesh. So, Russell, what's going on? Album coming out.
Album coming out.
What's it called?
I hate when life's going great.
I hate when life's going great. What's the
Okay.
meaning behind that? Why
Man,
that
it's
title?
just man, that's the state that I've been in, and learning how to say thank you and be grateful for life. You
Show
feel me?
gratitude.
I've had a lot of success, and just it's been tough to navigate. You feel me? Especially when you the first or the only one to do some shit out of your lineage.
Mhm.
Hell
It's
yeah.
tough to navigate, and that shit will bother you. So this album is just like an ode to self-perseverance, beating self-doubt and shit like that.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
So, like, when you, like, I saw interview, you said you and your mom battle with depression, and you feel like shrooms and psychedelics, like, help, like, shape your mind. Like, how do you battle with depression? Because I know a lot of rappers, like, they show, like, a fake image. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, just chains on every
Right.
life good and shit, but behind closed doors, like, they down, they
Right.
down bad. So, how do you deal with depression?
Currently, man, I be with the homies, getting a lot of love there. I'll go hoop, I ride my bike. I do shit that really just make me feel good and nourish. And honestly, it's like I said previously, you gotta kind of just dance with it. It's some shit that never really goes away. It's just, you know, the people who aren't fighting depression is just people that really learned how to cope and
Deal
walk
with it.
alongside it instead of fighting with it every day.
Roll with the
It's,
punches.
it's really a battle with yourself. So, you do smoke weed, right?
Yeah.
So you be getting your mind right. So like before
Jesus.
Come on.
before you started smoking weed to like after, like how you think weed has like helped you like shape your mind? Like does it calm you down? Like what kind of emotions run through your body? when you smoke?
Definitely weed helps and hinders me, depending on my state, depending on what space I'm in mentally. It helps me because it allows me to decompress. Like when
Okay.
I'm high, I'm not concerned with nothing. You feel me?
Mhm.
Nothing really
You ain't worried
matters.
about
I'm
nothing.
not bothered by
Yeah.
nothing. It's like it is what it is. But with that, it also gives me like lethargy. I don't want to do shit sometimes. You feel me? But
I
like I
feel
said, it also depends on mind state. Sometimes I'm hyper productive when I'm on weed. So it just depends on where I'm at emotionally when I decide to go into that. But it's really just helped me decompress. Like, you feel me? Doing what I do, it's a lot of pressure. Having to take care of a lot of people is a lot of pressure. Having to meet criteria, having to deliver all the time is a lot of pressure. So weed allows me to just be like, whatever, nigga.
Facts,
Yeah,
eh?
gotta relax, chill out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
When you talk about pressure, so I did see an interview where you said like people can invest into your music by buying shares. You know what I mean? Like so like you said, you need the capital to do something. You already have something to turn to. You know what I'm saying? So like, does that put pressure on you when you said like it could have somebody's kids going to college or?
No, that doesn't put pressure on me. Honestly, that's like the least pressure driven thing for me. Like, I was explaining, like, if you invest in like Microsoft or something, that shit is a tougher stock because you don't know none of them niggas. You don't know how well they gonna do. You just kind of relying on faith.
Going
But
off
with
with
me,
earnings.
with me, I know I'm a deliver. And the people who bought stock in my shit, like, no matter what, they can only win because even if I was to stop today, my shit gonna keep, like, music is forever. I could stop today and they still gonna be getting paid 30 years from now off the stock they bought today. So no matter what, it's a win-win.
Hell, you can't lose.
Yeah. So
That's what's up.
what I like about you is your spirituality and like controlling your mind, like really like controlling your emotions. Like you always, every time I see you like on Instagram, bro, you always happy, bro, dancing around, bro. Your energy's always up, bro. So
Popping.
I feel like when you get into a room, like when your energy high, like say somebody they down on themselves and you know, they don't know what to do. They come to your concert, come in the backyard boogie and shit. They get there, they see you jumping around and shit, and you boost their energy up. So like, how does that make you feel? Like to bring like the happiness out of people.
Man, it always feels good to be a source of light. You Feel me? Like, nigga, when you walk into a dark room, the first thing you looking for is light.
Light,
So,
yeah.
You feel me? It always feels great to be a source of light. It's not always happiness is not always the derivative of that. Everyone assumes I'm happy, but it's not a happy. Like when I'm in those spaces, it's like I'm joyful at the time being, and I'm content with what exists. You feel me? But yeah, bro, it always feels good to be a source of light in a dark room. You feel me? Like I love for people to be able to come into a space with me and feel better and leave. Like a lot of niggas leave this house smiling, leave the pergola smiling, and that's something I probably
It was hard.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
shit. We was in the backyard,
I
shit.
mean,
We was on the
just
gram,
the
look right
shows,
there.
But niggas who just come to kick it, like, you know, they leave here smiling. Y'all gonna leave here smiling. You feel me?
facts.
Like
We
it's
showed
just
up
the
smiling.
energy that exists here,
Oh,
right?
God, yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Oh, that's
like
what's up.
the energy you around. So let's talk about rap in the rap industry, bro, because I like the way you market yourself. You know what I mean? Like posting the reels, you know what I'm saying, putting the lyrics on the page and shit like that. Like most rappers, they just sign to a record label and they take over their whole shit.
Yeah, oh,
Right.
God.
So like, what made you become an independent artist? Like, what steered you away from the record labels?
Out of necessity. I mean, early on, we didn't have anyone offering us no offers or giving us, you know, there was no one like, hey, I want to sign you early.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just out of necessity, we were forced to build infrastructure. And sometimes artists either crumble or they make something out of it. And through that, I was forced to build my own infrastructure. So when it finally got to the time where I was talking to labels, the conversation was different because it was like, you have to really show me something I can't do for myself. I'm already throwing my own shows. I already got my own capital. I build my own revenue. I got a platform. What can you
got your
actually
team,
do,
everything,
right?
yeah.
Versus most artists where they sign, they don't have nothing but a song or, you know, barely a fan base or anything. So they really have to come establish some shit. They got to make new things, you feel me?
Yeah,
I feel
you
that.
should do shit to stay relevant and shit like that. And I first figured you out, bro, when Wallow had posted one of your freestyles, bro. That shit was so hard, nigga.
Come on.
It was like came in the game, but ain't no set name.
No
Right. And
rag,
you
yeah.
just, I feel like
Yeah.
you just,
That's our first one I seen too.
yeah, that freestyle, like, I feel like it made people like feel like you can be a real nigga without like throwing up gang signs or like saying you from the hood and shit like that. You feel me?
Right.
So, I just like how you so organic, bro. You feel me?
Come on, man. We
So,
normal. We
yeah,
hyper
oh,
normal.
God.
I'm just a regular nigga. And that's one thing that never escapes me, no matter how big I get. Like, we just spent some time in Atlanta and shit and everywhere. And it really showed us how much bigger we are to everyone else than we are in person because we be home so much. But to us, it's like, you know, we go places and every nigga got on chains and jewelry and designer. And it's just us in hoodies and Crocs.
Chilling.
You feel
Crocs,
me? But
nigga.
everyone knows and respects and values our position in the room still. You feel me? But I think there's power in just being yourself and being the hyper normal nigga, the person everyone can relate to. You feel me? You don't feel like no system or hierarchy with us. I'm right here beside niggas. You feel me?
Yeah, nah. That's respected too.
So, being an independent artist, what kind of marketing schemes like do you have for like a rapper that wants to be an independent artist? Like, cause you motivate people, obviously, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like people get on Instagram, like they could go on your page and be like, damn, like let me see if I can do
Blueprint
that.
laid.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You setting the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? So like, building a team. Like, what kind of team did you need to like get yourself off the ground?
I needed a bunch of people who was like me and who was as hungry and who wanted to work as hard as me. And I think that the way that you build a team is literally put them in the crib. The way that you build a team is literally to become whatever you need. Like if you need hardworking people, you need to be a hardworking person. If you're not a hardworking person, don't expect to have hardworking people around you. If you need leaders, you need to be a leader. If you're not a leader, don't expect, because everyone's going to like mimic and copy what you do. You feel me? So if you lazy, all the people around you gonna be lazy.
Yeah,
That's
100.
what you cultivating.
Yeah.
So it's simple as that. You don't really. It's not a true way to build a team. You really have to just become whatever you need from your team. My first team was me. That
Started
was
with you.
my
Yeah,
first
started
team
with
was
you.
me, editing, mixing, I was my first team. And then people who were just like me, like-minded or, you know, similar work ethics start coming around because it's like I'm attracting it by being it.
Yeah, and I would feel like, what do you think is your biggest inspiration to keep you pushing?
I love this shit. And pay the fool. And that nigga say,
Yeah,
I love the hustle, nigga.
Yeah,
and you
God.
feel me? It's
Yeah.
different, nigga. I
Feel like
love
one of
the
them ball
hustle,
playing
bro.
niggas.
Like, I really just love this shit. Like, I can only be so standard. Like, I feel like me here, like, bruh, when I'm not doing innovative or new shit or, like, I just feel unfulfilled.
Yeah,
like,
God.
bro, I got to do something big while I'm here. You feel me? The only niggas you learn about in history is the niggas who did something.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah.
feel me? And I have to be one of them. Like, anytime I'm anything else, I just feel subpar. I don't feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose here.
That's what's up.
So when he talks about motivation, I seen in an interview where you said you were freestyling. You were going to freestyle an interview. You said you was fumbling, like he was stuttering or something like that. And you said like you thought about your dad. And your dad was like, "Nigga, what you doing? Like, nigga, like does your dad like weigh down on you? Like how was the impact on your dad growing up?"
Man, I think it's like one of those things that have duality to it, where there was a lot of positive and negative receipts from it, just how I was perceiving it. Because, yeah, sometimes it's like a weight, because it's like a damn, I can't do nothing right. I can't get, you feel me? It's never going to be good enough. But then it's also the flip side of that duality. It's like having that push of like, nah, nigga, we going for excellence. Yeah. I'm not going to praise you for being normal. I'm not going to praise you for doing what everybody else could do, nigga. Show me something, you feel me? So there's like a duality to it. Yeah, bro, you got to come harder if you want that approval and that praise. You know, we don't get, my dad never gave me participation trophies. You feel me? We not happy to come in second place or third place or just to play, nigga. It's like, bro, if you gonna do it, do that shit.
Be the best at it.
What I love about you, bro, is you in the backyard, the comfort of your home, just making music, doing what you love, making content. Like, what made you like want to stay in the heart of your home and perform everything versus just traveling and going on tour and doing all these types of concerts?
Man, another thing that was just out of habit and necessity. Like, I'm here rehearsing. I just happened to, I used to be in the garage rehearsing, and then we start filming it, and it started going viral. I was already shooting my shots. You just happened to catch me on video that day. You feel me? So the same thing happens here. We back here rehearsing. We happen to catch it on video. I'm not doing it with any specific intention. This is just the work we already doing. Y'all just didn't used to see the work. Yeah. Now the whole world get to see the work, but this is work that we already do.
And then also, I went on your website. Good company. It says pay whatever you want for it.
Come on.
What's the science behind pay whatever you want for it? Like, why not put a price tag on your hoodies and
man, you never know what something is worth to somebody else. What it may be worth to me ain't what it's worth to you. You feel me? So whatever I set as a price is based on my perception and how I perceive it, but that's not based on you. I might have changed your life. So this album is worth way more to you than it was to me making it. You feel me? I might have did something to, where it's like it really altered something in your life where you like, no, bro, like this shit brought me it brought me closer to my family, it brought me this. That's worth way more than $5 that I would have said, you feel me? So it's like allowing people the freedom to choose. Like sometimes niggas ain't got $20.
Yeah.
But I got 10. You feel me? So it's like, is my 10 good enough? You feel me? And it's like, at our shit, yeah, your 10 good enough right here. But a lot of places, like, I might not have 20, I only got 10, but I still want to get something. And I just rather a nigga walk away with something than nothing.
Okay, for sure. So, talk about good company. Like, what is good company?
Come on.
Is it really good company? You know what I'm saying?
But, I mean, you smiling, nigga.
So you tell me shit.
Man, it's just an independent collective that I started with myself and some of the homies, just really trying to build and create infrastructure at home. You know, we didn't have any resource or infrastructure, so we decided to create it. I really just needed a platform to propel the art that we was creating and propel the artists that we love, and through that we end up creating something that was far bigger than any of us imagined.
Oh yeah, I feel that. And what do you think? How do you think having a team that's just, you feel me, like-minded people, how is that really important to you?
Man, it's extremely, because you can get man, if you got a group of niggas and one nigga's working hard but the rest is alright, you get so far. But if you got a group and everybody working hard as fuck, like everybody is the best at what they do,
lose.
Bro, you become unstoppable. You know, there's only a limit you can get to with a team when it's only one nigga pushing that line, right? You might win 2 championships, but you're not gonna win 6 back to back to back. You feel me? That only happens when every nigga is becoming the best at their position.
Oh yeah.
Russell, baby. So I want to go back to Good Company. Why, like, what's the science behind, like, the color of your hoodies? Why yellow?
So I actually looked up color theory when I was coming up with the new logo. I've had a logo since like 2017, like some old shit that used to be on videos. But when I did the rebrand, you know, and we decided to go with the element and shit, I looked up color theory to see what different colors mean. And I was looking up different tones, and I've tried blues and oranges. Yellow just happened to be the one I landed on because yellow is a happy color. Yellow is also like a color of caution, like stop, assess what this is. So at first it catches attention because it's yellow. Anywhere you walk, say you're in a bookstore and it's a row of books, if one of them is yellow, that's the one you're gonna look at, right? Sure. So it's attention, and then beyond the attention is welcoming. Like if you notice, there's brands like McDonald's, the arches are golden. Like it's just something about yellow feels. When you walk into the studio, you see the yellow walls, and it's like, you feel me? Like it's a bit more welcoming than some of the other colors. Like a lot of companies now are going like black and grays and modern. But yeah, I looked into color theory, and that was one of the things that went into it. I wanted something that was going to catch people.
And another thing I like about you is your emotional intelligence. I feel like you're good about handling your emotions, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
some days.
Yeah.
Some days, you feel me? It depends on the day. I think I do have a very high emotional IQ, but with intelligence, you still have to have like you know, there's like a difference between like intelligence and wisdom. You feel me? Like some people are smart, but some people are wise, which is the difference. Like people who have wisdom, like if you know better, you would do better. You know the saying, if you knew better, you do better. A lot of people think they know, but they don't truly know because they still didn't do the right thing. But like wisdom is when you get to the point where you can fully assess what you're feeling and you can fully assess what's necessary in a situation.
So, I want to talk about that one song you got, bro. Do that little dance you be doing.
Yeah.
And you talk about like a lot of like European Africanism, like,
history,
part of slavery, and like what the world is like has become, bro. Like, why don't you walk around with chains on your neck and, you know, expensive ass outfits? Like,
man, you know, I had a phase where I was overindulgent, and I had a chain, and I bought cars and a motorcycle and the clothes and the shoes. You feel me? Like I've had a period of overindulgence, and it was never fulfilling. And I realized during that period, I never liked any of those things. I just liked the attention that I would get from it. I like being able to say, nigga, I got this, and you don't. You feel me? And that's one of the things that now that doesn't, it just doesn't drive me. It doesn't fulfill me. I'm on a completely different mission. Most of that shit, it just don't mean nothing. You feel me? And I know that, you know, it's like a coping mechanism for niggas who feel small. You feel me? Like it's an ego filler.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. And as far as like with history and stuff too goes, how important do you think that is for us to, you know, to learn that? Cause I'm starting to, you know, get on that spiritual and do my research about a lot of stuff too. And I really, when you hit that, that line, you was like niggas getting killed for stealing on stolen land. Yeah. And I'm starting to do a lot of research, you know, as far as that too. And, you know, it's going back, you know, that we're really not, you know, black. You know what I mean? Like that's not really even a race. You know what I'm saying? Learning all of that stuff too.
I think it's very important to know where you came from and to know the past, so it could never happen again. Like white people erase your history so they could repeat it, and you think it's the first time. You feel me? Like the first offense. But when you know what a nigga known for, it changes. You know, it's harder for them to repeat it. But that's the thing. That's why they dilute history and erase it, because it's like once you know what a nigga known for, it's very hard for you to repeat the same offense.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Come on.
Right.
How was LaRussell coming up, bro? Like, what inspired you as a kid?
As a kid, what inspired me? Shit, snacks, music, wrestling.
Love LaRussell.
Man, I feel like I was always a very light, present kid. I was always outside with the homies playing. I had a very similar energy. Always like dancing and shit in the house. I was writing poetry and drawing and shit like that very early. So I always had like that
Really?
creative side as well, and just joking around. I feel like even as a child, I was hyper emotionally intelligent. Like I knew what I could assess, what was going on internally then.
So as a
That's
kid
what's
playing outside, having good energy, what made you like want to become a rapper? Like, did you just start freestyling and like?
I never really wanted to become a rapper. I just enjoyed rapping. Like I didn't
Being
when
a
I
lyricist,
started writing. Then it wasn't because I wanted to be a rapper or be famous. Like a lot of my family didn't even know I wanted to rap until I dropped my first project in 2018. Like it wasn't some shit I was chasing or I just enjoyed doing it at that time. Like it was never a dream to me to be a rapper, and I wasn't even looking that far forward. You feel me? I just like doing that shit.
I feel you. Did you ever feel like you have an impact on as many people as you do now?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I always felt like I would be successful in whatever I embarked on. When I was working and doing 9 to 5 shit, I was advancing and moving up very fast. Like I always thought whatever I choose to do, I'm going to be successful in, but I didn't know which way that would manifest.
Okay.
So while working a 9 to 5, like, what other things were you into? Like, were you working and writing poetry and rapping and trying to elevate yourself? Like,
man, not necessarily. For a while I was just working. Like I used to work 14, 15, 16 now, 12, so I was really just locked in on working, and the time I wasn't working I'd make songs every now and then, but I was also just bullshitting, like fucking bullshitting, right? So I wasn't even hyper focused on a career. I was just at that point I was just trying to make money. Like that was my thing. Like, nigga, I got money.
Trying to tell you, get that bag, huh?
Go get that bag.
Oh, me.
What made you like stop working and doing everything you were doing and just focus on your career and just go full fledged?
Man, that unfulfillment. I released a project while I was working, and the response was really dope. The response was so dope, people at work start like talking to me about like, and then I end up doing a show. I did my first show ever while I was working. And that shit was like successful, right? And I just kind of kept going, and I ended up doing a second show, and it was more successful. And I remember going back to work the day after I did that show, and I was just like, this ain't it. Like, bro, like I'm, like everybody I was meeting was like, bro, you're a star. This shit is crazy. This is great. But it was like I'm clocking in, and I was just doing subpar work. I was just unfulfilled. And I got to a point in my field where I was so good at what I did that I was burning time. You feel me? Like I'd get my tasks done, and then the rest of the time, like I used to use the time to like improve my business. I was working on hella business shit, but it got to a point where I was just like sitting, because it was just like, bro, I couldn't do any more business from there. I needed to be home in the studio and, really working on my shit. So it just got to a point where I really, assessed. I started reading a bit more, and I forgot what I read, but someone was like, how can you give someone 8 hours of your day and come home and give yourself 1 or 2?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, that's where you're going to grow. And I had to flip that shit. Like, I'm like, bro, if I'm going to give anybody 8 hours, I'd rather give that shit to me.
Shifted your mind. What were your most impactful books?
Man, Inner Engineering by Sadhguru. The first thing I had read after a long time was called The Freedom Simplified. This lady who used to work with me, her name was Rita. She was from Singapore. She had very broken English, and people used to kind of just talk to her like she wasn't as intelligent as she was, and I used to just chop it up with her, and she really put me on game, and she gave me this little pamphlet called Freedom Simplified. It was a quick read, and I haven't read in years, but it was like, it's a lot of Buddhist texts and principles, and it just made life, like, after I read that shit, I was like, I went on Amazon and bought hella books, books, right? And from there, man, I just got into, I started reading a lot of shit by like Indian mystics, like Swami and Sadhguru, and I started reading a lot of Middle Eastern texts, because they just speak life. Like the way they write books is so different from art authors, and you know, I got into Eckhart Tolle, of course, you know, A New Earth and Power Now, and I start consuming better things. You feel me? And naturally, you consume better shit, you become a better person.
Yeah, I feel like. Speaking of consuming, how do you feel like social media and shit is now, bro? Like, how is the impact on everybody now? How like consuming, like, do you think what it is that you watch, what it is that you read, do you really think that affects, you know what I'm saying, somebody's thought process?
Nigga, of course.
Yeah.
You ever used to listen to Plies when you was younger? I know a nigga who had Goon tattooed on his arm, bro.
Damn.
We don't even say
Yeah,
Goon in the
Goon.
Bay. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like, that's all from the music. Like, niggas used to, you become the things that you consume. That's what you embody. For certain, nigga, like, a lot of kids, like, we start cursing. Why? Because our parents do, or we hear it on the radio or see it on TV. Like, naturally, everything you consume becomes a part of you. Social media, I think, is one of the greatest tools to ever exist in mankind. Like, there's no longer a gatekeeper. You feel me? Like, bro, record labels used to be able to hinder artists because they didn't look a certain way. They didn't look how they wanted them to look. So they was able to stop your motion. You know, there was times some of these artists that exist today, they would have never got a shot because it was up to a white person to determine if they looked right or had the right appeal. But now it's like, bro, that shit don't matter. This nigga Chief Keef blew up from his house. Oh, on house arrest from the crib. Like he was a lot of the shit you see today, bro. Like, nigga Chief Keef was the first nigga I seen in the fucking living room with all the guns in the video. Like, he invented that whole wave.
Yeah, that wave.
You feel me?
Too,
but like, social media it took all the barriers away. Now it's like whoever does the work is who's gonna win. It ain't no relying on nobody. You can't say, oh, cause I ain't gotta nigga, the only reason you don't make it today is because you didn't do the work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Put in the work for yourself. You ever feel like growing up, you got like close friends, you know, and one person's elevating, one person don't want it as bad. Like, have you ever had like a time where you was like, damn, like I wish that nigga made it too? You feel me? Like, how do you feel about
Every day, every day, you feel me? Like, you get, especially in my path, like, you get to a position, like, I've started with so many people and aided so many people along the way and brought so many people, but sometimes people don't deserve to be where you are because they didn't do the work you did. But, like, when you're a nigga like me, I feel like everyone who's helped me ever is deserving to be in my position, but that's just not true. If them niggas don't do that work, they can't be there, and you can't take everybody everywhere because then you start to dilute the process. They don't understand that I'm at the top of the mountain because I climbed. You at the top of the mountain because I put you on my back. You feel me? Everybody don't understand that shit, and that should be hard for me to grasp some days because I want everybody on the top of the mountain. But it's like, if a nigga didn't want to climb, what can I do?
That's
you know, you can put your hand down, but that's gonna hold you down too. It's like, he don't even want to climb.
Yeah, that's just crazy. So, you ever feel guilty like about your success? Ever?
Definitely. I think that's that's probably one of the emotions I feel the most. I don't feel guilty about my success because I know I earned my success, but like everything around it, I feel guilty about. Like I say, being in positions where it's like, I can't have everybody with me, or this person doesn't have what I have. You feel me? Like, in those moments, I feel guilt. But like I say, that's always like misplaced emotion that I be having to reprocess because I am understanding also, like, bro, I worked to get where I'm at, and anybody who did as much work as me would be exactly where I am.
Sure.
You know, I'm not anywhere because I'm lucky.
So you regular, bro, like, you a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? So you come out with Crocs, nigga, GC hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Not the chains on your neck, not the expensive cars and the big house and shit like that. Like, I feel like, did you think that reading and finding your inner self and understanding how your mind works before you got big in rap contributed to who you are today?
Oh, for certain. I mean, till this day, and as I progress and go further, like, you know, every time I start reading again and riding my bike and just in that space and watching Sadhguru, I always start progressing as a human and elevating. Definitely. If I didn't start reading again and early, I probably wouldn't have quit my job if I didn't start reading and was able to, like, free myself. Like, I feel like a lot of the knowledge and a lot of freedom is in books, but we don't access that shit and tap in. Like, that shit really freed me from shackles and just from modern ideology and ways of thinking. Like, a lot of people don't do certain shit just because they just think they can't. And they only think they can't because they haven't seen anyone speak of it a different way or see somebody do something different. So books was able to give me insight into a world that I wasn't seeing around me. I never seen nobody do the shit I'm doing in real life, but I read about it.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I was able to get into a different world.
You living proof, goddammit.
Come on, man.
that's
We
what's
living
happening.
proof, god damn
You
it.
living proof.
What would you feel like would be like one of your best, like your strongest life lesson? Most impactful
Man,
life
to
lesson?
shoot 10,000 shots, to be consistent, that work theory, like you're not going to get anywhere you didn't work to be, bro. The only way to get to the top of the mountain is to climb that motherfucker. If you get in a helicopter and they drop you off at the top, you don't know what it feel like still. You
no
can't
value.
talk to the nigga who climbed, bro. You don't know what it feel like. The only way to get there is to climb it. You can't get on a nigga back. That don't work. You can't get dropped. That don't work. Like, you will never get the feeling like, nigga, LeBron could tell you all day how it feels to win a ring, and you still won't know how it feels, nigga, because you ain't win one. You feel me? Like, the only way to do it is to do the work. And with that, it just puts all the power in your hands. Like, I don't think it's nothing I can't do if it just comes down to work.
Yeah.
Like, if the only thing between me and what I want to get done is work, nigga, I'm gonna have everything my way. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
but when you make all these other excuses between it and you start to dilute that space, you start not believing in yourself because you think it comes down to a nigga in a suit or something. When it's like, no, bro, you just didn't work. You didn't do the work.
You didn't do the work.
You didn't make it because you didn't do the work. You feel me? That's the only reason.
That's some real shit though.
That's the only reason. Every time. Every time. Find a nigga who didn't make it and ask them, did they quit? And then did they do the work? That's the only reason. Ever.
So, have you tried anything else other than rap?
Yeah,
Like
man.
college or trying to find a different
I
career?
went back to school for about 3 months online. My job had paid for me to get a degree, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go to school. And I never wanted to go back to school, but I was like in a state of like pleasing. You know, no one in my family ever got a degree, so I was like, I'm gonna go get it. And as I was in there, it was just like, I went for business management, and just the shit I was learning, nigga, I was already running a business for 4 years. Like, bro, you feel me? So it was just like repeated information and things that like I'm a learn through experience person. Like, I have to do it. So it just wasn't for me. And I tried that route. Didn't work. You know, I've done other shit through like different jobs, but ultimately music is my easiest contribution to the world. You feel me? Like, I'm an author as well. I've written books and I write films and I do a whole bunch of shit. But music is like my easiest contribution. That's the thing that I feel like I was made to do because it comes with the most ease.
Okay.
So a lot of rappers would say they're self-made, nigga. They did it by themselves, nigga. Nobody helped them, nigga. But like, I see you got a whole team, bro. A whole team. So like, what helps you like? What uplifts you, bro? Like, what helps you like keep going? Whether it be your camera guy or your editor.
Man, me. I mean, I feel like both can exist. I feel like you can be self-made and have a team. I'm very much so self-made. Like, bro, I assembled a team to move around me. You feel me? I was a leader. I maneuvered. I put niggas in positions to win. Like, you can very much so be both of those things. You can have a team and be self-made. Nobody gave a shit. We worked for it and we earned it. And I made sure other niggas could eat as I ate as well. So that exists. But the ultimate thing is like, me, bro, I'm willing. You feel me? Like, bro, I won't be deterred. It's like, nigga, either I'm a win or I'm a win.
Yeah.
There's no other option.
Yeah. So on days you feel like, like fuck, like I'm just trying to lay in the bed, or like, damn, I don't really want to do that shit today. Like, what gets you? What puts that fire under your ass to do that shit though? Get it done.
Sometimes I'll just lay in that bed, and then sometimes I'll wake myself up. Sometimes Tieta be like, "Nigga, what are you doing?" You know. Sometimes Fonny will come in. It can come through several different means. But ultimately, I think it's always up to you. You feel me? It don't matter what anybody do around you or anybody say. If you ain't got that will in you, you're not gonna get up.
Willpower, for sure. What kind of goals, like do you put timestamps on your goals? Like, when you wake up or weekly, are you like, okay, I need to get this done, or I can't do this because this is in the way? Like, what helps you like keep your goals in the back of your mind and say fuck your excuses?
Man, we don't really set goals anymore. You know, at the top of each year for the past few years, I'll write like a marathon list of things that is like, this is, you know,
What you
things
done,
I'm going to do. But for the most part, we just work because we understand that if you get a shovel and you start digging, you're going to get a hole. So
Yeah.
I don't need to set a goal for a hole. I just need to start
Digging for a hole.
because, you know, you
Don't try,
start
just
setting
do.
goals and you lead to disappointments because it's like if you didn't get your hole big enough within a certain amount of time, now you feel like a failure instead of feeling like you winning because you start digging a hole. Some niggas ain't even start digging. You feel me? But you feel like you failed because your hole ain't the size you wanted it to be by a certain amount of time. And it's like you're always going to be where your action leads you. My hole is going to be as big as however much time I spent digging. If I ain't spend that amount of time digging, I'm not expecting no hole to be that big. You feel me? So it's simple as that. You don't even have to set goals. You just have to do work.
Don't try, just do, huh?
Just do that shit.
No man
Just
is a
do that
failure
shit.
until he quits.
Try, just do.
Just do that shit, right? It's like, bro, you could. You don't need the goal. You just need to go do the work. You feel me?
Because
You
the work's
never
gonna get you
need
where you
the
want to
goal.
be.
The goal is only an outcome of the work. Always, you feel me? That's just a product. Those some things just come with you doing the work.
Oh, kind
Nigga about to throw his goal list.
Hey, niggas like, let me
Scratch my shit off, nigga. Put my shit in my pocket. Shit.
Damn, nah, that's what's up though. Damn, I never even looked at that shit that way for real.
That shit's crazy as fuck. So,
Right? It's one of those things that it's like, it's cool to write things down and manifest them, you know, but it's also like you have to get to work. Like, nobody accomplished something by writing it down, nigga. You accomplish it by doing it. You can write that shit as much as you want. You know, like I say, manifesting is great. Put things up on your dream. Like she was saying, we was at EYL, and she was like, this was on my dream board. And it's like, that's cool, but you didn't get here because it was on your dream board, nigga. You feel me? That's not why you here. You here because you did that work. That's the only thing that gets you there. Everything else is dope manifestation, but prayer without work is nigga, you just talking.
I feel it.
Talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap. So how you feel about that saying, you know, like speaking into existence?
I think demonstration speaks louder than conversation. I don't think anything is necessarily spoken into existence. I think it's worked into existence. We just happen to be in a state like everything I say I'ma do, I happen to go do. So niggas think I'm speaking it into existence. But no, nigga, I went and did it.
So that's
you
why
feel
it
me?
happened.
But when you follow those channels just naturally, you know, people think that's the result of it. But we could say the same thing and only one of us gonna get it done. You feel me? So it's not fully applicable. Like you gotta go do the work. That's the basis of everything, no matter wherever you trying to get to. Y'all niggas had to drive to get here. If y'all didn't drive,
We
this
wouldn't-
shit ain't
yeah,
happening.
happening.
It don't matter what we said in the DM. If you
Yeah.
didn't drive, it wasn't happening.
You're right,
feel
100.
me?
We was tired, nigga. Damn, let's get there, nigga. We almost there, nigga.
Yeah.
Right?
Bro, waking up, we there yet? Shut up,
Come
nigga. Go
on.
back to sleep. Yeah.
Come on, go back to sleep. We'll be there when
gonna
we do
be
the
there.
work.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Work,
We'll be there on mile 50, nigga. That's how it go. That's how it go. No sooner, no later.
So, how do you keep your money right, bro? Like, I see you out there with Earn Your Leisure. They preach assets over liabilities. So, like, I see you got your mind right, but how do you keep your finances in straight? Like, did you read, like, books to learn to control your finances? Because you could have just ran up your credit card, nigga. You in debt, nigga. So, like,
I've done that. I've done all that. I mean, I do it by living it. Like, I'm a nigga who I don't believe you can save money. I think money save you. I'm not a nigga who's avid in, like, trying to save your way to freedom. Like, nigga, I'm going to spend everything because I want everything. You feel me? Like, I've had my account to zero and then a negative so many times, but what I've learned is every time I hit zero, I double up. If I had 50 and I hit zero, I'm coming back with a 125. But I can only get to 125 because I spent 50. Like, I'm a nigga who's not afraid to spend everything. Like, bro, money is one asset that I don't care about. My goal is to get it to a point where this shit is coming in so abundantly, you just can't spend it.
Yeah, you can't
like,
spend
you
it.
feel me? I don't have I don't budget when it comes to in terms of success. We gonna spend what we need to spend to win. You feel me? Like, nigga, if you said about like what if you was gonna break at 50,000, but you like, I can only spend 15. Like you cost yourself. You feel me? Like, we're gonna spend this shit until it work. And eventually you just get to a point, like we've gotten to a point where this shit comes in every day. You feel me? Like, eventually you get to a point where you're playing with an amount of money where it's like, bro, you've done enough work and you kept this flow going enough to where, bro, you can't You can't go broke. This shit come in every day for the next 100 years. You feel me? It's in a perpetuity. Like, that's how it is. But money is a flow, like any other rhythm or system. And if you stop the flow, you stopping yourself. If the shit can't keep running, then you stopping yourself. So with me, it's honestly like, bruh, I'm not scared to go broke. I've been broke the greater duration of my life. You feel me? So it's like, nigga, that's the one thing we not scared to do. And every time we hit zero, we come back 5-10 times more than we had before we hit it.
And it's your willpower to get it back too.
Simple. And that's the thing. It's like, we spending with the intention that I know that everything I put out is going to make something greater. Simple. I know if I spend $50,000, I'm going to get 5 times more of that. Anything that I put out, if I plant 3 seeds, I'm finna get 100 fruit from it.
But
that's
where
simple.
Are you spending it? That's important.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
where
true.
you're spending.
Yeah. That's actually my next question.
Like spending, like you say, assets.
Yeah, no, you good. You
Liability,
good.
You feel me? Like I happen, and it's something I also learned early. I was making a lot of money. Like, so I bought cars and some jewelry and some stupid shit. But I've always spent a lot of money in things I was interested in. I was buying studio equipment. I was the first nigga in high school I knew with a full studio and setup, right? So I was buying studio and cameras and things like that early. These always happened to be things that made me more money. So with me, I'm never afraid to spend money because I'll buy the homies laptops and equipment and music shit, or I'll buy equipment that advance what we're doing. So it's like I spend $2,000 here, but this laptop made us $40,000-$30,000. It cost me money to flip the backyard. The backyard, I will do shows for the rest of my life. I'm going to make $1 billion from it. So, you know, when you start spending into things that just naturally bring you more income and revenue, all that shit work itself out.
I feel that.
So as an independent artist, like being for a record label, everybody takes care of everything for you. You know what I mean? So what areas do you have to spend money as an independent artist to keep yourself going?
Content
for sure.
Number one. Well, not necessarily. You have to spend money in buying the things that allow you to create the content you want to create. So your money is really going into your infrastructure. Like, I recommend every independent artist to have a studio first. Because if music is the way you make money, you need to be able to make music anytime you want. Any way you like. There should never be something in between you and making a song. If you're independent, like, you have to have that completely. Studio, and next I would say video equipment for you to make content. You have to be able to make content. Those are the 2 things that, if you're indie, are the first things that you need. Everything after that is like additive. Once you get past those and it's like, okay, now I have great content, I have great music. Now you can start allocating budget towards ads and marketing and shit like that. But in the initial start, it's like music and content. Those are your 2. All your money. If you don't have your own studio, your own podcast setup that you can come set up, and your own camera where you can shoot your own shit, you on a losing end.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, going back to like the spinning and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? As far as you and like your, like, other than, you know, music and type of stuff like that, like, what do you like to do for enjoyment? Like, what do you spend your money on for an enjoyment?
Man, I'm going to watch the tennis matches, the World Cup of tennis.
Okay.
That's something really cool. I just took my daughter to Universal Studios.
Okay.
Went to Disneyland prior. Really, bikes. I'll be buying bikes. I bought a great duration of bikes.
Bikes like street bikes?
Yeah, mountain bikes.
Mountain bikes. Okay.
Man, tennis equipment, basketballs, shit like that. And then
Hooper, huh?
I really do. I get paid to go travel. You feel me? So when I go places, I get to do shit that I enjoy doing as well, like making content while I'm there, and it's on someone else's budget. So it's like I don't even have to spend money. And now we're getting to a point where, which is crazy, when you finally got money, that's when everybody give you everything for free when you can afford it. So it's like a lot of shit I don't have to pay for. Like, people just give it to us.
That's what's up.
Other people's money, huh?
OPM, baby.
Yeah,
OPM, baby.
Hell yeah.
You ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki?
I haven't. Briefly. Like, I know the consensus of it, like, from YouTube, but I haven't read the book fully to where,
What books have you read that correlates to financial literacy?
None, really. I'd have to look in. You could. I have to look in my shit. None really. I don't read I don't really read books that's on specific topic. More so, the books I read is on like life.
Yeah.
In general, and through learning life principles, you naturally learn about everything else. Like, you feel me? You learn that spending is out of like overindulgence and things like that. So through you learning about life, you just kind of naturally start to value everything else in a different way. You learn output and flow. What you put out, you get back. If I put out my money into something that I don't want to grow or that isn't positive to the growth I want, then I know I'm going to get a negative result. Like, all of that shit is just in relation to one another. Because, like I said, money is just a flow. Money is another tool like social media that you can utilize.
You mentioned you had a daughter, bro.
Yeah.
So, like, does it open up a third eye having a daughter?
I don't think so, because early on I didn't have one at all. No, I don't think so. I don't think it does. Maybe eventually as you kind of progress, but no, like early on, my nigga about to light the whole yard on fire. But yeah. Nah, I mean, early on, like it took me a long time to even get to the state where like I feel like I was fruitful and nurturing and like nourishing to my daughter, to where it was like, okay, I'm actually impactful to this development in a positive way. You feel me?
Growing up in Vallejo, have you ever had troubles growing up?
Like what?
Like gang violence or like?
Man, it's all around. You feel me? It's just that's a natural inclination that comes with the surrounding. Yeah. You feel me? It come with it.
I feel it.
Vallejo and the Bay, huh? You know E40?
Yes. Yep.
You fuck with E40?
40, my dog. I love 40, man.
What's one artist that you would do like you would kill to do a feature with?
Drake.
Drake? Why Drake?
Drake is just the only nigga I feel like is like comparable to the level at which I create. You know, Kanye as well, but there's not too many artists that have the range that Drake has. Like, to be on top of something for 10 years, you have to be able to keep reinventing yourself and just
real.
have like that type of range. Like, there's not too many. Drake made Nonstop, but he also made Passion Fruit and Controller in one dance. There's not any other artist in the world that you know could make those four different songs besides me.
Yeah, I feel
so
God,
definitely Drake. Like, it's not too many that has that range and ability.
Yeah, now that's what I was gonna ask. Other than Drake, 'cause I seen you had said that in the I forgot who podcast it was on, but I seen you said Drake too. So I was gonna ask, other than Drake, who would you rather?
It was Bootleg Cam.
It'll probably be Ye.
Ye?
Yep, it'll Ye and then Chance.
Okay, yeah.
Growing up in the Bay, was it hard to like? Cause we got social media nowadays, bro. So it's easy to funnel and utilize like what you're really trying to do. So was it hard to like grow out of the Bay versus being in LA where everything is at?
Nah, not for me. Not for me. And I don't think it's hard to grow anywhere. I think like early on, I used to feel like the Bay wasn't supporting me and home. I wasn't getting the support I was supposed to be getting, but that was wrong. I wasn't working enough. I didn't do enough. Like, niggas won't support after they get their first home run. Nigga, we don't care.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm not impressed until you hit 100 of them. And that's just how it is with any niche. Like, bro, you got to give people enough to support. Like, we don't care that Jordan made one basket. No one gives a fuck. You don't get. No one cares. Everybody can make one basket. You feel me? Like, you really have to give them enough. So it was never difficult for me to make it out of here. I just had to do the work. And when I wasn't doing the work, I wasn't making it.
We got LaRussell on the blacktop.
Yes,
Come on.
He balling like a motherfucker.
From the
too.
pergola.
God
Yes,
damn it,
sir.
every single day. How was it coming from Atlanta, bro? We're out there, we're earning your leisure. Like,
Yeah.
you know a lot about them? Cause that shit
Not a ton, but you feel me? I know the basis and premise of what everyone else knows is like they've helped a lot of people build wealth. They have a gigantic platform based on financial literacy. So that was like a milestone for us. It's like, bro, for them to be interested in what we're doing and the business we're building is absolutely incredible, right? You feel me? Like, man, that's just a level. And I was able to bring like Tieta, who's helped me cultivate and build this business on the business side on that platform as well, where it's like, nah, bro, like this shit has really been, it's new. This is a different effort. It's a group effort. Like, that shit was really dope. It was dope. Dope moment.
We're gonna wrap this up. What would you go back and tell your younger self? before you say anything, I did see in the podcast that you said like you gotta stay consistent. Like if you're doing something, you gotta do that shit every single day. But what would you go back and tell your younger self?
Man,
Besides consistency,
to trust yourself.
trust yourself,
And like
have confidence.
Man, completely like, well, not even confidence, because like confidence comes from preparation. You can't be confident if you're not prepared. That just happens. But to like trust yourself and your ideas and your thoughts. I've had a lot of ideas and thoughts early that I waited to execute because I listened to input from people that wasn't me, who didn't understand what was in my mind. You feel me? It's hard to explain Disneyland to somebody who ain't never seen it, right? So just having that trust in yourself, where it's like you don't need validation, you don't need this nigga to agree with what you about to do it, right? But as I grew, I learned that, nigga, it don't matter what you think. This is what I'm about to do, right? And being okay with the result you get from trusting yourself. And not having no one to blame but you if that shit failed.
Hell yeah.
Black top. How it feel to ball, bro, and just be
Come on,
successful
man.
and just
I'm on ESPN and I don't even ball.
be plentiful and happy and walking around and just feeding everybody, bro. Like
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. It's earned, like, bro. It's a like I say, we don't learn about niggas in history class who talked about doing stuff. We only learned about the niggas who did shit. So I'm just happy and honored that I've done enough for people to talk about.
I appreciate
What's up,
you,
my man?
Come on.
Sir.
I love the
sir.
conversation.
Yes,
I
sir.
love
Yeah.
the goddamn
Yes,
energy.
sir.
I
Legendary. You got a
appreciate-
classic one.
Yes,
We're going to
sir.
pull like 20 pieces
Yes,
out of
sir.
this one.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna take them shrooms and I'm gonna try it out.
come on.
If I'm on TV, I'm calling like, nigga, come get me, nigga. I'm going crazy right now, nigga.
Man.
But I appreciate the love, bro. You could be
Yes,
doing
sir,
anything else in
always.
the world right now, bro. But shit, we made the goddamn driving.
You made
We on the
drive.
blacktop,
You made
baby.
it happen,
Appreciate
man.
it. On the
You made
blacktop with it.
drive.
I appreciate
If you
it.
didn't show up, I'd just be here working.
Yes, sir.
Y'all made it happen.
I appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir,
We
my
on the
man.
Beautiful.
We on the blacktop. LaRussell got a. What you got coming up?
Man, I got an album coming. I'm building Disneyland.
Disneyland?
I got a show on the 8th. I don't know when this coming out, but that's on the 8th. It's already sold out. We sold that shit out in a couple hours.
Hell yeah.
Offer-based ticketing, new platforms. We're
Proud to
building
pay.
new tech. We're building a new ticketing platform similar to Ticketmaster, more ethical though. You know?
Okay,
And it's
okay.
black-owned tech,
Hell
black-owned
yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Yes,
new
sir.
ways.
It's different.
It's
It's
different.
Different, goddamn it. Goddamn. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I got all type of emotions going through my brain right now, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
we grateful, my man.
really inspired me, bro. I'm gonna go home
Honored.
and
Come on.
on the blacktop. We got LaRussell
Live from the pergola.
live from the pergola in the backyard
It's not the
boogie.
same.
Goddamn it!
Hey man, if you ain't willing to make that drive, you might as well quit now.
Yeah.
Might as well
sir.
quit now.
Yeah.
Write that shit down on the blacktop.
Wait, leave it. Re-record it. Just press record again. Every time an interview finishes, y'all end up chopping it up, and that's when the real gems happen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it to you.
Leave it all. Nah, I feel it.
You can just close it out, but always leave it.
Now, that was great. Yeah,
Nah.
always leave it running because you never know.
Yeah.
You, sometimes
Damn.
we injured and then you get some gems and niggas like,
damn,
ah,
nigga, hit
Hit it again,
Gordon.
shit. Ah, yeah.
Can I hit that, man?
Man,
Right.
And what do you feel like is probably like the hardest shit as far as being in the industry though?
I'm not in the industry.
I feel you.
I'm not in the
Is that
industry at all. Like that's the difference. Like that's where
For real?
online.
Was it Bikes versus Cops? Nah, I'm just
Oh, we be running.
yeah, nah, yeah. That's what, other than this shit, that's what we be on too. You know, we gotta we ride. That's why when you was
Oh, y'all
like
be
bikes,
riding bikes?
I was like motorcycles and shit, cause that's what we be
Oh.
on. Yeah, yeah. But you guys, you said you bought motorcycles and shit before too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you get?
On the bike,
Yamaha R3.
Okay.
But yeah, nah, we get to navigate the industry at our leisure. We don't have to deal with them if we don't want to, and when we do, it's always at our discretion now. So it's kind of cool, like just having the ability to say no, bro. Like that shit powerful as fuck. Like a lot of niggas get fucked up and gotta end up in shitty deals because they not in a position to be able to say no. They need it.
They need it.
We don't need it, so it's like we don't have to take it unless it really makes
That's what's
sense
up. For
or
real.
is
Nah, that's
of
some
value
power
to us.
for real though. Damn.
Mind if I tap that?
Yeah, he's like,
Come on, do your Dougie.
shit. Yeah,
They got a
diabetes.
6-hour drive. That should be
Yeah.
gone before they get back.
Yes, but like Riverside area.
Riverside County.
Yeah, Riverside County. IE. Okay, which one?
Right, nigga lying.
Yeah. And that's why I hit her with it. That's why I hit her with it. Which one?
Nigga don't know
Yeah, which one? Off what
Right.
street?
Right.
Yeah.
You good?
What that is right there, nigga.
Nigga ain't been to the bay. Right.
Yeah,
Nigga
nigga-
bay weed. Right. Nigga been smoking Riverside weed.
Shit.
That's
Man.
How long y'all been doing? How many episodes y'all got?
Shit, this our
It's our really first one,
Or-
bro.
first.
We shot like one with like a owner of a barbershop.
That mean you tricked me. See, look.
He said, I mean, you tick me.
Look, when you hit me, I usually don't be doing them unless I go see niggas work. But when I went on your page, I seen the clip from the barbershop and I was like, oh, they working.
Yeah.
Let me
No,
bring
no.
them
I
down.
mean,
okay.
as far as guest type, you'll be the second guest type.
Yeah,
So we
second
got
guest.
some with Mitchie Slick coming up, Mr. Organic, and then amongst ourselves too, cause we got 2 other homies that we do it with too. Yeah, just couldn't make it.
Tight.
But yeah, we got.
100 of them.
Usually be traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like now, when I feel like it, usually I be on. I like to be home. Like just easier. I make way more money being at home.
At the
and
crib,
just,
yeah.
It's just chiller. But yeah, sometimes it just depends on how we
I feel you.
feeling. Riverside area is actually well, San Diego is
Yeah.
high on like our list, so we're gonna probably be doing the show out there. So
Yeah, that's a lot closer. Shit. Yeah, like 50
Right.
minutes from there. Where they go.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, the
Yeah.
fact that y'all made the drive just show how much of value that was, and bro, I appreciate. I'm honored that y'all felt like it was worth that.
honored to
'Cause
be
that's
here,
a deep
man.
drive. We used to drive to LA to shoot content all the time, but it was worth it. So the
Yeah.
fact that y'all felt it was worth it was beautiful, bro. I'm honored.
Yeah, 'cause now when he told me, he was like, "Bro, LaRussell hit back, bro." I was like, "Word?" 'Cause that's when I was kind of like, I was probably listening to you for a couple months already then, so I was like, "Oh, that's a bet." And I really had fuck with that to get that bag. That shit was hard. I was trying to
Come
get that
on.
shit my damn alarm and shit.
Come on.
Oh me, yeah.
Come on.
Oh me, I was like, damn.
Get a song to be available as a ringtone.
iTunes
I
store.
don't know.
I didn't see it.
You didn't. Well, no, I couldn't.
I
I
don't
didn't
even know
either.
if
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do
yeah,
ringtone no more, nigga.
yeah.
Too, but like only certain songs are available on there. So weird.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, you gotta do how you did it back in the old days. Gotta record that shit with another
Right,
phone and shit.
right.
Yeah, me. But nah, that's what I was talking to bro about on the way here too. I was like, damn, I'm gonna ask him too. You feel me? Like what made you feel me hit back and like yeah, slide through. That's why I told him, I was like, we know we don't got a lot of content up and nothing like that yet either. So that's why I was
literally
like,
he hit me and he sent me the joint, and he was just a cool, like, I checked out the page and I'm like, he black. That's always a winner too. It's
Yeah,
like,
a
I'm gonna
win.
see you're black, you're a young
People's on
nigga.
me.
I'm always trying to help young black niggas. You feel me? But I looked and then I seen the barbershop pic and I was like, oh, it looked. The quality
Yeah,
of it
yeah.
was like, okay, they serious,
Yeah.
right? And that was enough to get the go ahead. It's always different, you know. Every time it comes to me, like, I usually see everything, and it's like from there I go do my little research, and it's like if I see something that feels like it's proper, and then when I told him if I do it, you got to come to me.
yeah.
It was like
Yeah,
I'll
nigga,
come
I'm
down,
there, nigga.
right?
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh, me, I was
okay,
like,
any
let's
nigga
load
who's
up.
willing to drive 6 hours, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
You serious about what you trying to do?
And that's why I was talking to him too, as far as like manifesting and shit like that. I was like, bro, it's crazy how just looking back at our life like from like a year ago, you know what I'm saying, a year or two, you know, like even when it comes, because like I said, we really on the bike shit like heavy. So we just came back from Vegas last weekend or some shit like that. But I was like, bro, from having, you know, $4,000, $5,000 bikes, now, you know, we got $20,000 bikes that we was dreaming of, you know what I mean, just a year ago. And these shits is built, you know what I'm saying, got built, all types of shit. And so it's just like, and then to think, you know, that damn, we really about to pull up to LaRussell crib right now to shoot this shit
It's
too.
called
like,
work.
Yeah, so we was talking about
It's called work,
on
bro.
me.
You feel me? It's called work. Like,
that shit feel good
you
though.
didn't get it from thinking about it, right? It feel,
Yeah.
bro. It feel good when you get some shit you actually worked for,
Yeah.
right?
sure.
Like
Yeah,
when
give
you
it,
get
yeah.
it any other way, you never, especially if it's bread, you never like responsible with it or
Yeah.
like that
You don't value
passionate.
it.
Like
Yeah.
whenever you get it any other way, it just don't have the same value. You don't feel like nigga when you get some shit that you earned, that you worked for,
You value it
Yeah.
nigga. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's just a different energy behind it.
On me.
It's a different energy.
I think that was
behind
what Kevin Gates was saying. That's that reel that's going around right now is like any man that you know, he fought for it. He do this. It's gonna be a cold day to try to take that motherfucker from a motherfucker.
For certain.
Yeah.
For certain.
Oh,
for certain. You feel me? Right? Man, right. That's exactly why, like, niggas die over their jewelry and they chain. Because it's
crazy,
like,
bro.
it's not even over their jewelry. It's just the fact that, nigga, I
Work
worked for this.
Yeah.
Right? That shit.
That's crazy.
You travel with security or anything or no?
Nah.
No.
Just love.
Huh? That's all you
Sometimes I
need
have
for real.
Bonnie with me, but yeah, just love,
Yeah.
just, you know, the spirit, like. Say what?
She said you just get your ass whooped by love.
Right, you can get your ass whooped by love. Hey, but
Shit,
for real,
nah.
you really can get your ass whooped by love, you know, and that's really how I navigate
Tough
the move.
love,
Like
too.
that's all you can offer. I'm
Tough
gonna fight
love,
to the
nigga.
death. Right,
Mickey
I'm gonna
Mouse.
fight to the death, but you might just get your ass beat by love.
Yeah,
That's how it
shit.
goes.
Damn.
That's all you could do. Yeah, I don't really carry the energy. And like I said, I'm unconcerned. If it comes upon me, I'ma fight to the death.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
And then
That's
it-
how
it
we
is
gonna make
what
it out of
it
there.
is.
Well, B, that's how I am
It
too,
is
man.
what it is.
I was telling him another day, like, bro, I ain't never got into no altercation in years, bro, because you know I don't walk around like I'm, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
trying to be on that type of shit. So
Man, bro, we get
energy.
greeted with so much, and there's always someone who feels differently
Yeah.
about it, but we get met with so much love everywhere. Like everywhere really feels like home. Like we never feel like we out of space because we get greeted with a lot of love. Like that shit is really crazy.
That shit is crazy. You ever had like a bad, like, you pull up somewhere and your energy off? Or no? Almost an altercation, had an altercation, like.
Energy
have you
off,
ever
yeah,
felt-
but never threatening.
Okay.
Like we get spaces where the energy just ain't right, and it's like we gonna say, you feel me?
Yeah,
But
so, yeah.
but never threatening. Nah.
that's what's up.
You got me high, bro. What was that? The field effect OG?
Field effect OG.
said, "What's
Hey,
this?"
the field effect OG is
different.
different.
It's not the same.
What is whose weed is that? Is it Dom?
She like,
We
man,
getting a lot of weed from everywhere. It'd be beautiful.
someone go get it, man.
You be buying from like dispensaries, bro? Like,
No,
you be
not
smoking,
not
or the
as
homies?
of lately, bro. Like, man, everybody fuck with us. So
Yeah,
it's
so
like
it's
we
like
get
shit,
different people
yeah.
who grow that
they
let
shipping
us.
you strains, bro.
Yeah,
And man, shout out everybody who has supported us with some weed, man. It's been so many different companies, and just so many different people. I can't even think everybody's name.
no shit.
What is it?
Yeah, Bustan Inc., Dumb Tree,
Cadre.
Cadre, who made the fuzzy? Sublime, Dylan and them over at Sublime, Hakeem.
Uzi Pack.
She like, that's the good one.
Halsey.
That one hit.
Yeah, she like, I
man,
remember that. Yeah.
Bro, they take care of us, and they always got great weed. So if you gonna shop, please shop with some
shop
of
with
our
them.
partners.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's crazy because I never to this day I never smoked in my life. Yeah, I
Wow.
never smoked in my life.
Wow, this nigga a genie.
Yeah,
Wow,
never to this day.
what's the ideology behind? You just didn't care to?
Yeah,
or?
to be honest, man, it was just something that never really interested me. You know what I'm saying? So I never really felt like the need for it. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, like all the homies do. You know what I'm saying? I've been around it. I like to smell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I never really cared to.
Are you scared?
care.
Or
Nah.
you just don't?
I feel like if anything, I'll be scared. It'll probably be shrooms. I feel like that shit might get me right. But I feel like I'll do that before I do. You feel me? Smoke some, but.
This is what we smoking now. Carbon Gotti. Who's that by? High Class.
Let me see that one.
Carbon Gotti, boy. These
Carbon
names are
Gotti,
crazy.
huh?
Right.
Oh,
Hey,
Shout out high class.
they
Y'all
got
me
one.
high.
Hey, they
I'm about
got
to slap
one.
over this motherfucker.
Hey, they got
I don't
one.
know what I'm gonna do. I need some water or nap or something. Yeah.
That's crazy. No, do you drink?
Sometimes, but not really. Even that,
I don't
not
drink
really.
at all,
Now,
bro.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
gonna lie to
I'm a social drinker, really. You know what I'm saying? I might have one or two, but if I go like in Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I turn up, but
That's beautiful. How you be
Yeah.
navigating life? Like, do
Yeah,
you
I
be
just feel like
sad?
Sober, then
nah,
just cool.
bro, I just feel like I like to take everything like raw. You feel me? I feel like that's kind of
Hey, nigga, that's gonna go viral. My nigga,
Fuck out of here.
he's viral.
I'll take my own rental car fucking.
Nah, man, I just like to live.
Take your own car home, nigga.
Nigga,
Nah,
what?
Let me scoop my ass over
like, oh, you feel me? I mean, I feel like, you know, smoking, that's natural too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's from
Right.
the earth too, but I don't know. I feel like I like to be in full, I don't know, because I done seen niggas hide and can't, and incoherent as fuck. I done seen
Right.
niggas hide that, you know, they more motivated, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody got a different type of high, and it hits them differently, but I just like this.
You never even tried it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I never really did. I done done this. I done pass it to the next nigga. You
Hey,
feel
man,
me?
your will
You
and
know?
discipline is on a high level.
Yeah,
That's
but
beautiful.
You done
I don't remember.
Nah,
if
that's why I
tried
told him. I was
weed
like, if
'cause
I
was
probably
like
do shrooms before I
influenced,
smoke,
or
I
I
feel
just
like.
wanted to. I don't.
I think I just
remember.
wanted to. My dad always had some shit in the closet. And shit. I'm like, man, what is that? Let me tap in with that shit.
Right, nigga. Let me know what it's like. Nah,
Yeah, but
that's hella funny.
yeah, nice.
That's dope.
One day though, one day I feel
Shout
like
out to discipline and will.
I feel
Right?
like one day when I get where I want to be for real, I might, you know, sit back on the couch and roll one maybe. But
You ain't
Right.
gonna roll it.
yeah, oh well, nah, but get one roll.
You be
Yeah.
rolling.
Where is that? Where do you
Yeah.
want to be?
I feel like my I'm not gonna say my main goal or my main, because I feel like when you do that, you kind of set like a boundary on yourself. But I feel like, you know, when I'm you know, my own shit, you know what I'm saying, I got my revenue kicking in, everything that I want to do, and I feel like when I'm sit back chilling, you know, at this point I'm raising my kids type of, you know what I'm saying, type shit, you know. So I was like, I did everything, and I got some shit to leave for them, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like that's when I feel like, you know, I might hit one. Pause might roll one at this time, but yeah, to the
Celebration.
if I ever do it, that's when. I had
Right.
my pops told me, it's like, if you ever smoke, you gonna smoke with me. Yo, first, I got a whole bunch of homies that be like, bro, you better not ever smoke with nobody else. You gotta smoke with me first. Like, we'll see. I might actually do that shit by myself, nigga. You know what I mean?
Come
So
on, levels.
yeah, oh God.
I gotta go get mail.
Yeah. So that's what's up with it.
She said that we gotta pick her up early today.
How old's your daughter?
10.
10. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little brother. It's crazy how fast kids grow up too.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, so tell me how I'm gonna
Are
feel
you
about.
ready? Bet. All right. Are we walking or should I drive up?
It is Tuesday.
Bet.
Yeah, I forgot about the school and shit.
Okay, I gotta
Yeah,
go. I
yeah.
gotta go. Yep.
Yeah,
let's go
yeah.
get her.
Man, it's been my
Beautiful.
pleasure, my boy.
Yeah.